Victor! Wort schniddly bad, Victor! Well, a good morning and a fine howdy-do, neighbor, to all of you beautiful folks out there in the real world. Today, I'm taking a bit of an adventure. I'm going to be heading out of town finally. A few things turned around in my favor. Now I have the ability to skedaddle for a period. Now, we're going to head out of Clovis, and one of the hardest parts about getting out of Clovis, it's getting out of Clovis. You got to drive all the way through Clovis, across half of Fresno, till you finally get on the 41 here. I like to go this way. I cut north on the 41, and then I get to Avenue 12, which cuts west through Madera. Now, Madera Rancho, as this little town is called, is just a little bit of a pit stop on the way from nowhere to nowhere. In between the 41 and Highway 99. Ranchos Madera, Madero Ranchos, whatever it's called. It's a tiny little offshoot of Madera proper. And I'm on my way to the town of Turlock, California. Now, what are you going up to Turlock for, Greg? Well, thank you for asking. I'm going up to Turlock to visit some old friends. You know, some people that have been in my life almost as long as I can remember. Well, at least since high school. I blocked out most of the memories before that. So, anyways, I'm going to go visit some old friends. They're like family to me. Like a surrogate family, like the brothers I never had. You know, interesting side note, while we're driving over this little bridge area here, I don't know if it's a bridge, it's just kind of a high-risen road, but this is a brand new road. The old road used to be right down there, running right along next to us. And then we connect with it here. I've never been on this piece of highway. Kind of neat. Just a heads up, this video is going to be a little bit rambling. Well, last time I got to this point on Avenue 12 at Highway 99, the entrance was closed to construction. Thankfully, it's open today. And so far, from what I'm seeing, looks like it's going to be smooth sailing. Now, I really try to avoid taking the 99 highway whenever possible. It really is one of the worst highways in all of California. And they've been trying to do construction on it to improve it for years now, and it just seems like it's perpetually under construction. Well, that's just the way life is. Sometimes we gotta traverse the treacherous terrain, the broken highways, blown out tires of life to get to the places that are really important to us. You know, it's kind of like cruise control. It's a really nice thing to have in life, and some people have it and get to take a rest from time to time, but not everybody's life comes with a cruise control button to make smooth sailing through hard places. And, well, I guess today is going to be a bit of a reflective video since I'm pretty much just driving up through Central California. Not a lot to be seen here. The occasional train. Now, if you're coming up toward Chowchilla, that's where you're going to turn off to go to the coast. We're not going that way, unfortunately, and fortunately, because I got some good buddies waiting for me up in Turlock. Now we're just coming into Merced, and I blew by that sign so fast I doubt you could read it. Pretty much said accident up ahead. And I just blew past that exit, which incidentally is the one you get off to go to Yosemite on the 140. But now it looks like we're going to be pulling into Merced, and we got a little bit of a backup up ahead here, I think. Hopefully it's not too bad, nobody's injured, and we can move along right through without too much of a hassle. But I don't know, it's looking kind of gridlocked up here. We'll see how it goes. And you know what they say about hindsight being 20/20 and all that? Well, probably should have taken that exit right there because I'm about to sit in my van for a little while. Oh man, look at that. Yep, a little bit of an accident here. All right, well, here we are sitting on the freeway with a nice, beautiful glow from the sun coming in. We're at a complete standstill, gridlock. There is, according to the maps, there's an accident just ahead, about an exit or two. We're just barely into the town of Merced. I can just see the water tower in the distance, and traffic's not going anywhere. But, you know, fortunately for me, I'm not in any hurry. I don't really have anywhere that I need to be at any time, so I just kind of go with the flow. There's probably another route I could have gotten off at an exit over here and taken side streets, but no big whoop to me. And it's always kind of interesting to see what happened, right? If there's something to see, you know, the hell, drive-by, looky-loo. Guess one good thing about having a cooler right next to you in your van, getting a little traffic jam, have a little snack. Screw it! I'm out of here. I had enough of this traffic jam. Getting hot just sitting there in the sun, so traffic's not moving anywhere. But I did make it to an exit, and I'm just gonna check out a little bit of Merced while I'm here. I've only been to Merced one or two times before. So I really don't know where I'm going, what I'm looking for, but I can see town center just off to the left here, so that seems like a good place to start. Downtown Merced to the right. Okay. Oh, how fitting. Martin Luther King Jr. Way. And today is Monday, January 18th, Martin Luther King Day. Ah, amazing. All these old hotels and manicured palm trees, well, they remind me of old Hollywood. And look at all these cars lined up, trying to bypass the traffic jam on the 99. Oh, man. Well, I just have to say, Merced, if you're watching, you have some of the worst lights and streets, and it's just like complete disorganized chaos. That's the same thing. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, this light lasted for like 3 seconds. There's a whole lineup of cars behind me. Ah! So I'm heading up north along Santa Fe Avenue, which parallels the 99 a few miles east, And just north of Merced is this cool spot, Castle Air Force Museum. You got an SR-71 Blackbird sitting there, along with a bunch of other old and decommissioned airplanes throughout different periods of Air Force history. I've always wanted to stop there, and maybe I'll come back along this way and check it out at another time. Hey, look, that's the Amtrak San Joaquin line. Cuts right through the valley. Well, if you know me at all and you've been watching my videos at all, you know that I love trains. Look at this one. What a huge masterpiece this one is. Let's see how long it is. That's a long train. There's the end of it. Now, we're finally getting into Turlock here, coming in along East Avenue. Kind of funny, coming into a town you used to live in but haven't been to for years. Everything's so strange, yet so familiar at the same time. Off to the left here is, I guess you would call the Old Town Turlock area. Kind of quaint little area, shop fronts and whatnot. Now, I'm not going to spend much time touring around Turlock today. Quite frankly, there's not a heck of a lot to see besides the university, and I guess the fact that Colin Kaepernick came from here. And yes, I did make it safely to my friend's house, but I turned off the camera for most of the afternoon because it was just like a little family reunion. All of us pseudo brothers catching up on long lost time that we've spent away from each other. That's the thing about having really good friends, that you can spend time away from each other years and years, and then come back together, reunite as if no time had passed. Sure, I love reminiscing about the past as much as anybody, talking about trials and tribulations of life, about the hurdles we put in front of ourselves as obstacles sometimes that we have to barrel past. But I'm starting to feel a little bit like this guy. I've been up a little bit too long today. It is just about 11 o'clock. Man, I can't remember the last time I was up this late. So it's about time for me to turn off the babbling brook of baloney that is my mouth and turn off these lights and say to you, good night, sleep tight.